Hello and good evening, good afternoon, sweet friends, depending on where you are. I can tell that we are covering half the globe, all the way from North America to, I guess, half of Europe is present tonight. You know me, my name is Dr. Q, and I'm very humbled to be your host this evening again. I presume most of you, if not all of you, were in our session 2 weeks ago. As you can tell, 2 weeks have gone by and my hair keeps growing and growing because, believe it or not, I haven't been able to get an appointment with a barber yet. It seems that these days you even need to have special connections with barbers. Bribe them to get an appointment because they're fully booked for the next, 7 months or so. At any rate, at some point I should be able to sneak in and get a haircut done as things gradually are opening up. Good evening, buonasera, bonsoir, yo estate in good old Hungarian, namaste, thank you for being here with me tonight. Now, I was asked to be your host, and last time we had an intro session, I should say, talking about stress, fear, and a few more things. We're gonna go through that in a minute, but so that you know where I come from, I have 25 years of public speaking experience and a little bit of life experience on top of that. And with your permission, I'm going to share some of it with you because the whole purpose of tonight is to help you shift your minds so that ultimately all of us can deal with the current situation at least a little better. Having said that, a few housekeeping notes. One is, as you know, I'm recording it so that other people can listen in on it. And of course, you too. And I should be able to upload it pretty soon on the YouTube channel and with Elaine's help. And thank you very much, Elaine, by the way, who's representing the office here, for helping us getting this organized and then putting it into the system, into the file section of OneTribe. And if you need any information on how to access it within the OneTribe file setting, please do contact Elaine. Big fan of hers. Thank you so much, Elaine. Then this is a workshop, guys. It's an online workshop, so it's very different to a live in-person workshop. I tried to accommodate this, adjust it to an online setting as best as I can. I do give a lot of workshops outside of Trafalgar's, my Trafalgar's life. And it's a workshop, so that means it's not a talk, it's not a one-man show. I do need your participation because ultimately I'm here for you. You should be the ones who take a few golden nuggets back home with them. And through those golden nuggets, hopefully are able to deal with the current situation a little better. Now, if you have any questions, like before, you can always contact me on my cell phone. My email is drq@drqmod.com. I put it up on the video at the beginning and the end. So if you don't catch it now, you can always contact me. I'm more than happy to answer questions. And so many of you did send me emails after the workshop, and I answered all of them, and I will address some of them during this evening's talk. What is it to say? It's not a one-way show. It's a two ways or multi-way. So I do need your help. And in order to make this a success, I have to keep everyone muted. And it's, of course, Mr. Cini, who is not. I need to keep everyone muted so that we can have a productive session. Now, you may either communicate with me through a chat, which can be sent out to everyone, or you can then unmute yourself at the right time and then speak up. Not an issue. When the time is right, I will let you know. Now you can share whatever it is you want to share. You unmute yourself, you share, and then please mute yourself again. Otherwise, I have the magic button here which says mute all. So we can continue with our little workshop. Now, when we start, I'd like to recap last session just to make sure that we're all on the same page here. You might remember we talked about stress. That was the first thing we addressed. And we realized that stress is normal. Remember, everyone raised their hands. Everyone has stress. Who doesn't have stress is either from Mars or Venus or has some sort of pathological issue, period. Stress comes because of a fear. That was the other important point, and that's also normal. Fear of X, whatever the X might be. Let's use a hands-on example. Questionnaires, evaluations at the end of the trip. Sweat, stress, fear. What's the fear? Losing your job or losing your face or something, you know. So the stress before handing out the evaluations comes from a fear. And the ultimate fear would be, of course, losing your job, right? So stress is always derived from a fear. And the fear comes in different shapes and forms, you know. It's not always the same. We realize that too. And it manifests itself somehow in your body. And it's important for you to know that, because that's one key how you can unlock the fear and overcome it. Fear manifests itself in one shape or another. Sweaty palms, shakes, a frog in your throat, heart beating so loud that you can't hear yourself. And the key point is that you address it. Interesting. I am stressed. I have fear, and the fear is in my sweaty hands now. And as soon as you start acknowledging it, as opposed to running away, I assure you, fear starts to go down, hence stress starts to go down, and then you're able to deal with the situation better. So that's stress normal, derived from fear, and how to address it. Obviously, you know, you gotta realize where in your body it is. And then we're talking about a big one, which we will talk more about today, because today's session is more or less, let's call it Pantare, changes of life. The big one is self-responsibility. Sixth chakra right here. Sixth chakra, also known as your third eye chakra. Color is indigo, and it stands for self-responsibility. That is indeed a huge one, and something that I'm a big fan of. I'm against being a victim, and I'm all for and all about self-responsibility. And then you might remember the power of your mind. Really, reality, whatever reality might be, is created in here. So the power of our mind we addressed as well in an exercise that you might recall too. And the exercise was the blue color exercise. Remember? So where you focus, your mind goes. Power mind. Well, we'll talk about power mind today too. Then we learned a few meditation techniques. You might remember that too. You know, was the flame, for example, the counting down from 10 to 1, a breathing exercise. And speaking of meditation, some of you sent me an email saying, is meditation not a form of escape? You might remember when we're stressed, some of us start doing stress-related things. Smoky, drinky, eaty, binge watch TV, binge shop, whatever. Stress-related escapes. An escape means you're not dealing with the issue at hand at all. All you're trying to do is numb it. Smoke, drink, eat, escape, do whatever. Meditation, on the other hand, is you're calming your mind to a singular point. Ideally, it's not easy at all, but that's the whole purpose. And when your mind calms down, you then finally can focus on finding a solution. Remember blue exercise. That should show you that ultimately our mind is a Google search engine of its own, really. An attraction engine. Whatever you tell your mind up here, it will look for you. When you tell your mind, look for blue, it will find you, blue man. It will find you. It will not find you red, but it will find you blue. So if you tell your mind, find me a solution to X, because now that your mind is calm after meditating, it will find you ultimately a solution to the problem. As opposed to this or this, it only distracts you so that you can't really focus on the issue at hand. Then, in conclusion, you know, reality, whatever reality might be, I do not know what reality is. Reality in the end is created in your mind, nowhere else, period. We can all have the same experience or be in the same situation and yet have a different experience. So let's get started. This is the whole purpose of my workshops are to raise awareness in you, showing you the water, but drinking is up to you. You got to do the work. I can just show you how I deal with things over the past 30 plus years. And I know they work because I use them on myself, and I've helped other people. So I know it works. Is it the only way? Absolutely not. Is it gospel? Absolutely not. There are many, many different ways. Am I here to convince you of it? Also not. I'm just here to share with you my 2 cents, and it's up to you to embrace and do it. Or you can also say, hey man, complete nonsense. I'm out of here. Also fine. Excuse me. Well, let's establish first things first. Who has ever, by show of hands, experienced change? Who? Who has ever experienced, by show of hands, an expected change? And who, by show of hands, has experienced an unexpected change? Come on, guys, there's freaking Corona. Did you expect that? No, you didn't. Who has ever experienced a positive, a wanted change? And who has experienced ever an unexpected negative change? All of your hands should have been up the entire time. This was just an awareness exercise so that you can see that everyone else also experiences change. Not only a few of us, all of us. Because change happens all the time. All the time. Whether we want it or not, whether we're aware of it or not, makes no difference. It happens every single second. Now, this little awareness exercise. If indeed you would remain seated where you're seated now for the rest of your life, if you wish, in theory, of course, there would be a lot of changes going on. The obvious ones, obvious, time goes by, it gets later, it gets darker, you start getting tired, sleepy, bored out of your mind, hungry, the obvious ones, you experience it right away. And then those that are going on with you not really thinking about them consciously. People are getting born, they get married, they get divorced, they get sick. The Danube still continues to flow downstream. A lot of things are changing and happening all the time, whether you want it or not. A lot of changes. What is it that I want to say? Your skin renews itself every 2 to 4 weeks. Did you know that? You might say, awesome, so I will remain young and sexy for the rest of my life. Regrettably not so cool, not so straightforward, because skin loses elasticity after a while. And then the only way to look as sexy as I do would be doing some nip and tuck and some Botox, but the high-end stuff only. Just saying. Your hair gets renewed every 3 to 6 years. Your intestinal cells every 3 to 5 days because they're exposed to highly corrosive acid. Last but not least, maybe your liver. Your liver, more or less every 5 months, brand new liver. So you might say, awesome, I can do the little thing here and have a carte blanche doing so. Regret or not, because only the unscarred tissues get renewed. So once scarred, not so good. Hence, enjoy responsibly. At any rate, all I'm trying to say is whether you do something for or against it or nothing or aware of it or not, change is happening every single second of our lives, nonstop. So the only constant in life is change. Actively, passively, wanted, unwanted, abrupt, over time. It's energizing or overwhelming. I don't know. There's so many welcomed, unwelcomed, you name it. It happens all the time. So personal story, and then we're going to have an exercise. I was born to an Austrian Catholic mother and a Persian Baha'i father. And I grew up in Iran till 1979. And when the Shah was ousted and the Baha'is started to get persecuted, tortured, and even killed, we had no other option than to flee, literally flee. My father was a wealthy Baha'i. So in 1979, little me, born with a golden spoon in his mouth, overnight, from king to pauper. The change, abrupt. Was it my fault? Was it my mother's fault, my father's fault? Not at all. Was it wanted? No. Was it expected? No. And yet, it was my responsibility ultimately, and my parents' responsibility to deal with it. I'm giving you a very powerful tool indeed. Most things that quote unquote happen to you are not your fault. Are not. It just happens. But it is your responsibility how you deal with it. Very much so. 100% of it. Self-responsibility. And in this, I want to give you maybe, well, the gold nugget that I already shared with you is everything changes all the time. It changes. And there is nothing you can do about it. The only thing you can do is learn how to utilize it and deal with it. Self-responsibility. 2 branches to that, 2. My father, as I said, wealthy man, he was a good-looking man too. When the collapse happened, he remained in a bubble until he died. He did not accept the new reality. The new reality being he was not wealthy anymore. He was a foreigner in the country of his wife. He even refused of taking up a new job because he thought, well, soon we're all going to go back and I will have my money and power again. Until he died, 30 years after the revolution, he did not change his mind at all. He didn't. On the other hand, my stepfather, also Persian, also a high-ranking Persian who had to flee Iran in 1979. My mom only met him in Austria years later. Very different attitude towards life. Same history, Persians, same culture, same fate, same revolution, same everything. This man lost everything too, and he became really one of my great mentors in life. From being a king one day to a pauper the next in a country he didn't speak the language at all, unlike my father who was lucky enough to have a mom, his wife who spoke German, of course. He was more than happy to schlep rugs and do menial work just to keep him going. And until the very last moment of his life, and he just passed away 2 years ago, he refused to take any money from the government of Austria. Refused. Unbelievable human being. Self-responsibility, what you do with it. My father was a victim of circumstance. A bouncy ball. My stepfather, the opposite. He was a star. Was he wealthy? No, he wasn't. He had to struggle, he had lots of struggles too. But he created his life. He did it. Many of us, if not all of us, we think that certain things will never, ever change. Ever. I guarantee you that. I guarantee you. When I was a kid, I thought I'd be living in Iran until I die. Of course. Visiting other countries, of course. My family lived in the US. My mom's Austrian. So, of course, travel, but live in Iran. Yet, 1979, something that I thought would never change, even though at the time I was a kid, fate changed everything for us and we ended up in Austria. In your case, as an adult, that's the first exercise, and you have, let's say, a minute or two, I'll figure it out in a minute, to write down, when you were an adult, not as a kid, an adult, and write down the situation, and then you can share it with us either through text or by unmuting yourself, a situation that you thought will never change, ever, and yet it did. I'm giving you an example as an adult. Until the financial crisis hit in 2009, I thought, and of course at the time I was an adult, I thought I would live in the US until I die. It was a given. There was no doubt in my mind because I moved to the US, I had a big company in the US, and that's it. Until the financial crisis hit. And it impacted me personally hugely, very negatively, hugely. So even though I thought as an adult, I will live and die in the United States, never come back to Europe, I now live, happily I should say, in Budapest. That's an example, right? So in your case, you think of it now, it is, and I'm going to time it. You got to think about it a little bit. It's 8:30 Central European time, so you got till 8:33 to write that down. It's for you guys. There is no right or wrong, but we need your participation to make it all happen. So you got another, no, I lost this here. I got a very good one now from Kasha. She never ever thought that communism would collapse. True. Never ever. Actually, me then living in Austria, right at the border to communism, we never thought communism would ever collapse. I never thought that we could just travel across Eastern Europe so freely, let alone share the same currency with some of them already. Slovakia, unbelievable. I mean, unbelievable changes that has happened in the past 30 years. Another one said, I never ever thought that Brexit would happen. Me neither, I must admit, me neither. So we got another 20 seconds, and it's for you guys, it's for you. It's very important that you understand, because we're in this Corona thing, and many think that it will never change, or whatever it brings about, we're stuck in that forever, but we're not. So that's it. So we have spent 2 minutes on this. I'm going to read out to you a few things. Somebody said, Heidi said, I never thought that I would move back to Belgium from Italy ever, having lived in Italy, obviously. And Pam said, I never thought I would come back and live in Italy. Marina said, I never thought that I would leave Canada. There you go, but you did. To wherever you moved now. Kasha said, as I said before, never thought that communism would fall. Is there anyone else who would like to share? You still can share. You can just unmute yourself. Somebody said, I never thought I would get married to an Italian. I hope that's a good thing. I love it. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear. Somebody said, I never thought I would lose a sibling when she was just 25. You see? So they are, Lydia said, I never thought that I would leave the United States. Somebody said, I never thought I would get married. There you go. So these are firm beliefs that we carry in here. Now, the common denominator of all the things that you said, never thought to have fogs again. Oh, dogs again. Oh, there you go. I guess fogs, dogs. So the important aspect of it is that we all carry certain truths up here that we think will never change, ever. And yet they do yet they did, and yet they will also. Somebody said, I never thought that Trump would get elected, but anyway, that's a different story altogether. This exercise is here to show you that we carry these beliefs in our minds. They're not truth. It's not reality. It's the reality that you created in here, which means the way you react and perceive the situation that you're experiencing this very moment over the past 2 months and maybe another 2 months is not reality per se. It is how you perceive it, because you have your own emotions, you have your worldview, your experiences, your deductions, and that is the reason why you perceive this situation most likely as stressful, most likely as a fear, as a threat. What I'm trying to tell you with this exercise is you carried very stern beliefs in you that certain things will never change, and yet they did. So this corona baby came and certainly caused mayhem, yes, but will it stay? No, it won't. It will go away again. The issue is not the virus, the situation, your job. The true point is, how do you go about any situation? And that has to do with you and only you. Now, Pantarei is one of my main mottos in life, as you know, because we talked about this already last time. And it's so important to me that I actually tattooed it into my arm, Pantarei. That would be Golden Nugget 2. Golden Nugget 1, everything changes all the time. The second Golden Nugget is, I experienced this physically 10, 15 years ago when I did a so-called Vipassana meditation retreat. Some of you might have heard of it. That's a silent meditation retreat, silent for 2 weeks, where you meditate 10 hours a day. 10 hours a day. Your day starts at 4 o'clock in the morning. Thor, dong, 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 dong. Silent means no talk and also no communication with your eyes. You're supposed to look down. You go about your day without any sort of communication. Food is being served to you and taken away again. You don't talk in any shape or form. You don't communicate, I should say. No writing, none of that. 2 weeks. You get up at 4 o'clock and you go to bed by about 9 o'clock-ish p.m. that is. And in between, 10 hours of meditation. And what I learned there physically, like literally physically through pain, is that something comes, hence change comes, stays for a while, and then goes away again. And in Vipassana, you breathe through it. It's an exercise for you if you want to, later on at home, whenever you got time. Just sit as comfortably as you possibly can, really, super comfortably, in any chair of your choosing. But do not move even an iota for 15 minutes. I assure you, you will go through hell. Hell. Pressure points will start building up, wherever something touches something else, pressure points. And the weight of just these two over one another will become insurmountable after a while. You don't believe me, I know that, but I'm testing you now. I'm challenging you. Try it for 15 minutes. Just casually, cross your legs, kick back, but then don't move 1 millimeter. You can breathe shallow, not even deeply, shallow, because you don't want to move at all. And after a while, I'm telling you, it won't take long, a couple minutes, 3 minutes, wherever a body part touches the edge of your chair or the armrest, or you were super comfortable, super comfortable. After a couple minutes, you will say, oh my gosh, not so comfortable anymore. After 10 minutes, pain will start, and then it will become at some point insurmountable, I'm telling you. And in Vipassana, you learn to just breathe through it, because pain is in here. Change comes, stays for a while, but then goes away again. And if indeed you master that after a while, you realize that yes, true, pain comes and it's here, man, and it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. But after a while, you wouldn't believe it. It goes away. It's quite a powerful exercise. Not easy at all, I'm telling you, not easy. I've done a lot of things in my life. Not easy. But if you can do that just for yourself, just to raise awareness, that will be, and give me feedback. Let me know how, if you were able to do it at all for 15 minutes. It's all I'm asking. 15 minutes, as comfortable as you can be, really, as comfortable, easy peasy. But don't lay down. Obviously, that would be cheating. Just sit in a chair, upright, as comfortably as possible, and then see what happens after 15 minutes, okay? So the only constant in life is change, period. You need to be aware of that. The only constant in life is change. The issue is how to go about it. Now, a little timeline exercise. Do you remember what we have here? That is our Google search engine, attraction engine. The reason why we do meditation is we want to calm it down and then tell it what to do for us. So, timeline. Now you need your pen and paper, and you can again, send me a message afterwards. Now, in chat, or you can unmute yourself and share. What I want you to do are three things. One is you got 1 minute for it, and then another minute, and then another minute. 1 minute. What did you do yesterday? Today is May 6th, Wednesday. What did you do on Tuesday, May 5th? You got 1 minute for that, starting now. Profane things, I had breakfast, I went for a walk, I watched TV, went to the toilet, I don't know, took a shower. Doesn't matter. What did you do yesterday? Ten more seconds. And of course, you want to be as precise as possible. You want to remember as much as possible, not just one thing. Okay, so that's that. It is your awareness thing, right? You can call me crazy if you want to. Time, the way we perceive it as humans, linear. There's a past, there's a present, there's a future. I don't really believe in that. Don't ask me why, don't ask me how. Maybe I took too many drugs. Oops, I shouldn't say that, sorry. Medicine, they call it medicine in the jungle. When you go into the jungle with the shaman, it's medicine. It expands your mind, it really does. So timeline might not be the way we perceive it. And I try to be as graphic as I possibly can be for you. You wrote down profane things, I'm sure. What you do, I had breakfast, I had lunch, I had dinner, I watched TV, I went grocery shopping, I took the kids for a walk, or the dogs for a walk, or whatever you did. That's what you did, correct? You remember what you did yesterday. Now, let's write down what did you do last Wednesday, a week ago? And that was April 30th, I believe, no? What did you do last Wednesday? You want to write down as much as you remember, of course, and we start now. It's not a test, guys. It's not a test. It's an awareness exercise, and the winner ultimately is you. Because whoever is in this talk today, and whoever then listens to this later on, all I'm trying to do is prove to you that reality happens in the mind. And the way you perceive your reality is only here, is made by you, by no one else. And that's ultimately the tool that gift that I want to give you, so that you can turn anything, any situation that you're in, into a situation that is a winning situation for you. Last thing I want to be in my life is a bouncy ball. I'm telling you, that's the reason why I keep this baby with me at all times. I believe in self-responsibility. I really do. And that reality is created in here. So that was a minute. So we had people that send me things, copy paste of this Wednesday. Well, yes and no, not really. Did laundry, yeah, wash the windows, there you go. Profound, somebody did profound stuff, beautiful, I like that one. Then what did you do? So we did yesterday, we did a week ago. What did you do a year ago? Which was today is the May 6th. May 6th of 2019. I have to shorten this, to fit our frame today, but nonetheless. So you have 1 minute. What did you do on May 6th, 2019? That's a year ago. So people say I was on a tour. Someone said I had no idea. I was working, whatever that means. Somebody actually knows which city they were in. Somebody says I was probably at work. I can't remember. We still have 20 seconds to go. No idea. Well, I know, no idea. Prepared for work. And then trip. Somebody says, I need to look up my diary. There you go. So done. That's a minute. There you go. It's for you just to raise awareness. I'm telling you. So a day ago, a week ago, a year ago. Now, the important thing is for you to draw your own conclusions, because again, there is no winner in this game at all. Who comes first? Apart from you winning from this exercise. What you remember, what it is that you remember, says a lot about you and your mindset. One thing. And then two, whose responsibility is it? All the things that you did yesterday, a week ago, or a year ago. Who's responsible for that? I'm asking you. You can unmute yourself, or you can just type it in the chat window and send it. We have the first one, Mr. Cheney, saying me. That's true. It is you. You, and only you. There is not even a we in it, really, ultimately. It's only me. You're responsible and no one else for what you did experience yesterday, a week ago, a year ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago. Period. No matter whether you were working, on vacation, I don't know, at home, cooking, doesn't matter. You, period. Now, because, remember timeline, past, present, future. What will you be doing? And you have 1 minute now. What will you be doing tomorrow, Thursday, May 7th? And you have a minute now. What will you be doing tomorrow, Thursday, May 7th? You want to write it down because you really want to put your energy behind it. It's a mind expanding exercise. What is it you'll be doing tomorrow? And you want to be as precise as possible, really, I'm telling you. You got 20 more seconds. You got 10 seconds. And finished. You see, what you will be doing tomorrow is pretty tangible. I got a lot of things that I can't even read out because there's too many people responding. It's for you, really. The winner is you. So you know what you're going to be doing tomorrow. Now, what will you be doing? And I wrote it down to make sure that I won't mix up. What will you be doing next Thursday, May 14th? What will you be doing next Thursday, May 14th? And you've got 1 minute to write it down. What will you be doing? I would usually give more time in live seminars, but in this case, you know, I just want to raise your awareness so that hopefully you take these things back home with you and then can lead a better life. Ready? So we got still 20 some seconds to go. You know, we got a lot of things going on. Yoga, eating, sleeping, I decide on the day, also good. First day of school for the kids, awesome doctor's appointments. You know, there's a lot of things going on, going for a walk, and stop. Now, again, it's an awareness exercise for you. You're the winners and no one else. There is no right or wrong. That's also important for me to tell you. Now, here comes the kicker. What will you be doing on Friday, May 14th, 2021? You've got 1 minute for that. As of now, what will you be doing on Friday, May 14th, 2021? Pascal is confused. Somebody says, working I hope, something I like. I don't care at this point. Yeah, I know, that's okay. It's just an awareness thing. Just an awareness thing. Again, what will you be doing then? Should be thinking. Today, we're just raising awareness. Later on, you have enough time to really think about it. I'm telling you, the power of your mind is an amazing thing, just amazing. The minute is over. To me, a successful person is not a person who has a lot of money, because that means really jack. To me, a successful person is who proactively creates their life and who can overcome challenges fairly easily. Challenges can't be avoided. We all have challenges. The question is, will the challenge stress you out and break you or grind you down, or accept the challenge, you overcome it? To me, that is a successful person. And to just deal with life per se, because life is not easy at all, even though we are all in a very, very fortunate situation, really, believe me, that is a successful person. Now, what we did is we went back into the past, and we went ahead into the future 1 year. What you have written, again, just like in the past, going back, what you've written tells a lot about you, the way you think, your mindset. And again, who is responsible for what will you be doing tomorrow, a week from now, and a year from now? Who is responsible? Yes, Maria, you. Each one of us for their own little bubbles. Yes, we all are. Now, I'm preparing you for this. It's all in the mind, I'm telling you. And hopefully in a year from now, you'd be calling me or sending me an email saying, holy smokes, yeah, it works. Please write down 10 things, 10, easy thing to do, I'm telling you, easy, 10 activities that you enjoy, that give you joy. 10, not 1, not 7, 10. And you got, let's do a minute, and then if we're not done yet, just let me know and we'll just continue. And as you write down, before we start, I'll give you one example. Super simple, doesn't have to be anything major. I enjoy licking ice cream. Ice cream, awesome, love it. That's one. I love going for a walk in nature. Awesome, love it. I enjoy listening to music. You know, I gave you 3 things. I enjoy yoga. I give you 4 things. Simple things that you enjoy, and you got a minute to write it down. What gives you pleasure? What gives you joy? What makes you happy? 10 things, 10. It can be more if you can write down more than 10 in a minute. That will be awesome, but not an issue. Well, Sandra Nicholas, she likes Aperol Spritz. Good for you, girl. Good for you. Mm-hmm. Who doesn't? Who doesn't? Five more seconds, so please let me know. And we've come to an end. More time, just raise your hand. Do you need more time? We really want to have 10 things written down. 10. Not so hard, nothing major, just 10. Cool? 10. Awesome. My question to you now is, there is no winning or losing. Again, it's all about you. How many of these activities have you done over the past week? Remember when we went back yesterday, a week before? How many have you done?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Some say all, some say all. 8, awesome.
7 out of 10.
7, 6. There you go. 5, 10. How many of those did you write down when we moved forward into the future?
None.
None. Most people don't. What is it that you will be doing, So I know I didn't understand the question. I understand. I know. What I'm doing here is basically applying the blue exercise slightly differently. Your mind up here is a powerful computer. I'm telling you, it's fantastic, awesome. It doesn't prevent me from not ever being stressed. I get stressed out too. I mean, I got very sick too in my life. I almost died twice. But I overcome the stress fairly fast. I'm telling you, fairly fast. Did Corona, when it came about, you know, was I worried? Of course I was, because I didn't know what was going on. Was I stressed? Of course, absolutely. The question is not avoiding it, because as I said, you can't. And whoever says he never has stress or fear has a pathological issue or is from Mars or Venus. So we all do. The issue is, how do you overcome it fast and then utilize it for your own benefit? Really, how can you use any situation to help you grow as a human being in one way, shape, or another? So now that we changed our minds a little bit, I've told you, write down 10 things you like doing, right? 10 things. Now you have another minute. Write down 10 more things that you like doing. 10 more. So in the end, you should have 20 things that you enjoy doing. Again, super simple things. Start now. Eating chocolate. For example, getting my hair cut. You can say you love getting a haircut. Gives you joy. Why not? Makes a difference. Anything gives you joy. Anything. Somebody's joining now at the end. Bless his heart. So I got 10 more seconds. Let me know if you have it all. Yes, you got 10 more, so we should have a list of 20, basically, right? List of 20. Now, again, guys, I'm telling you, your mind here is a very powerful tool. And I know some of you a little better, so those of you who know me a little better, they know that's how I work too, as a guide. Now you want to write down, what is it that you'll be doing next week? One more time. And you got 1 minute for that. Write down, what will you be doing next week? That would be, I wrote it down, Thursday, May 14th. What will you be doing then? So Heidi either fell asleep on us or it's just a picture. It's a picture, I guess. You got 30 more seconds. $15 more seconds. Just anything that makes you happy. Anything, really. Painting, walk, swimming, playing with the kids, chess, anything. And that's it. 1 minute is over. Everyone has a list of 20. Yeah, everyone, sorry. Did you write down what will you be doing May 14th? How does it differ to the first time you wrote down what you'll be doing May 14th?
Yeah, mine's totally different.
Totally.
All I could remember about April 14th was that call with Gillian and Joy.
You see?
Initially,
yeah, I know. So what will you be doing on Friday, May 14th, 2021?
more?
You got
See.
1 minute.
Sorry.
What will you be doing on Friday, May 14th, 2021? You don't have to believe what I'm saying. Just do it. And then you'll see a difference. You don't need to take my word for it. But once you do the exercises, you realize they have an impact on you. And all I am is just an average kid. Really, I am no one special. Really. I just try to be aware of life, period. And I'm passing on to you my 2 cents. 5 more seconds. And your life in a year is coming to an end now. Do you see any difference? You can raise your hand, you can share if you want to, you can send messages.
I just unmuted. Yeah, so I had to pop out because my son was going to bed. But yeah, of course, you make your life what you want. If you think of the things you enjoy, then you can include those in your dreams for the future.
Yes, absolutely, you can. And it's not hocus pocus. It's not nonsense. It's not, blah, blah, blah. It really works. It really does. I'm living proof of it. I really am. I'm in the lucky position of having had experiences that most people don't have in the time frame that I experienced them. I should be dead twice, but I'm still here. I survived the revolution. I was born very wealthy and then turned into pauper. Yet I'm here talking to you with a PhD. Who did it? Of course, my parents helped, yes, but ultimately, I did it. I'm sitting here talking to you now. No one else did it. Because as I said, the last thing I want to be is this. I carry this baby with me, not this particular one, but many of them. I have a full bag of them and a whole bag of them, just to make sure that I never forget that circumstances outside don't bog me down too much. Because I'm in power. I am the one who reacts to it. I have power over the way I react to something. So when I think into the future, what do you think I do myself before I talk to you? I do the same, man. The first week, 2 weeks, I was worried. So I was like, man. So that means I already written off the season right away. In March, I would realize that's it. There won't be a season this year anymore. That's it, done. What can I do instead of being a guide? I mean, I know that I'm maybe a little different because I have a full-time job outside of Trafalgar, but still, how can I fill up the time? How can I enjoy the time? Will I financially be able to cope with it? Now, 1 or 2 things, practical things that you want that I can share with you too. Maybe you haven't thought of it yet. Stress comes from fear, and fear usually is fearing the worst. It's funny. Humans are funny. Me too. I'm the same. I'm the same. Even though I've been in the hospital many times, and I know it like he's like, a guy knows hotels. I know hospitals. I've spent many, many, many months in hospitals. And yet, every time I always fear the worst. Odd, because I know I can come out of it again. One hands-on, it's not an exercise. It's something that you can do for yourselves to reduce your stress, because stress comes from the unknown, fear of the future. If you haven't done so yet, then maybe you can just write down, I'm happy to help you afterwards, your expenses. It is rather entertaining to realize that most people actually do not know their expenses. Write down your expenses that you have every month, or that you had every month. Write them down. Rent, electricity, I don't know, drinks, whatever, anything. It's work. It's not easy. It's work. And then you tally it all up. That is how much you spend per month. And then you go into the future, and that's going to be my May, my June, July, August, and so forth expenses. And then you look at your bank account and see, oh, how are these two in alignment or not? And then next thing you can do, you can reduce expenses. And I assure you it's easy. because we all carry a lot of crap with us. We all do. Way too much. We're spending on things that we hardly ever use. Hardly ever. Again, I tell you, I've experienced in my lifetime twice from up to down. Twice. Crazy. My dad, millionaire to zero, pauper, overnight. Second time, I had a big business, collapsed. 2009, collapsed. Financial crisis. My fault? Not my fault at all, but my responsibility. Did I end up in the corner and cry? Boom, 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 boom. Was it a shock? Of course it was. Not easy at all, I'm telling you. I'm the first one admitting it. Not easy. But that period of grief wasn't very long because, again, it's in my mind. It's how I go about it. Here I am talking to you, you see? So I'm aware of expenses. And I can tell you, we carry a lot of expenses that we think are, oh my God, they are an absolute must. And yet they're not. Use this situation now as an opportunity to cut down costs. It's so liberating. Do you really need super duper Amazon this, Netflix that, your 200 TV channels, I don't know, whatever your expenses might be, is neither good nor bad. Do you really need it? And soon you realize, wow, there is every month X amount of euros, X amount of pounds, X amount of dollars that you're wasting and never, ever using, ever. Second car, third car, I don't know, vacation home somewhere, I don't know, a lot of things. And if you have the guts, now is the time. Just sever yourself from all those excess things. Not only can you breathe, but you get the certainty that you'll be able to survive this year without an income. I assure you, it will take away a lot of stress from you. And in the years that come where you do make money again, you won't have that extra weight, the expense, the vacation home, the seventh car, the motorcycle, I don't know, whatever hobbies that you have, extra gadgets that you use and pay for every month. We've got subscriptions going on every month. We're not even aware of it. You just got to go through your credit card receipts and bank statements and realize, holy moly, they're deducting money left, right, and center, and I never use it. And if I do, I don't really need it. I beg you, cut down. You will save yourselves a lot of money for the future. And temporarily, you can cut down on costs now, just for now, next 6 months, next 8 months. You can cut down on big expenses that you never knew that will save you money for the rest of eternity, and expenses that you do not need now. Just stop it if you can, or put a pause on them. Insurance policies that you have, investments, I don't know, just put a pause on them. It gives you a few months of breathing time. And before you know it, you're guiding again, and the money will come in, and then you then choose to continue or not. Okay? Anyway, I thought, because I went bankrupt. I did, 12 years ago. I had a big business. I was even interviewed by Entrepreneur Magazine in the United States as the owner of one of the fastest growing businesses in the entire United States. I have the copy of it. I can prove it. It's not pulled out of my armpits. I did it. And I still went bankrupt. I lost it all. And I can even laugh about it because now I lead a much better life than before. Way less stress, way less. I'm telling you. Last thing I want is having staff ever again. At any rate, what you can do, if indeed one of your stresses is the stress of lack of money. So I remember 2008, the heat was building up in my business. I was sweating. Then I thought to myself, well, will I make it or not? What if I don't make it? If I don't make it, what will happen then? I wrote it all down, tried to cope with it. And in order to just bring some sort of sense to it all and make it more tangible, I took a $20 bill. I used to live in the US. So a 20 euro bill, doesn't matter, 20 pound, just any currency. So 20 or 50 if you want to, or 100 if you want to show off, that you can do that too. So you take a $20 bill or 20 euro bill and put it in your wallet. I did it, I'm telling you, for months, a long time, because I had to overcome the stress. So I took the money and put it in my wallet, and that was a special $20 bill, special. Because as I walked through, I used to live in DC before moving to Budapest. So as I walked through DC, and I was facing financial collapse, these $20 kept me sane, because every time I saw something that I could afford with the $20, I said, oh, I can afford that. And I can afford that too. And oh, there is a burger, there is, I don't know, it doesn't matter, anything. Taxi rides, public transportation tickets, I can afford that too, and I can afford that, and I can afford that, and that, and that, and that, and that, and that, with $20. If you play the game with $50 or $100, then of course you can afford more, obviously. The whole purpose of it is, again, I hope I've proven to you already that this baby here is the biggest power you have by far. It's the creator of your reality. It's a mind-shifting exercise. Because when you're stressed, you go into a default mode, and that is, for some people, eat, do crazy things, That is escape. That's a waste of everyone's energy. It just brings you pain, ultimately. You gain weight, I don't know, become an alcoholic, you die of lung cancer, useless. But you can use the power that you have here to change it, and then through the blue exercise that I proved to you, then bring about a solution. So play the game. If indeed you now, this very moment, have a fear of financial collapse, dedicate a special $20 bill, 20 euro bill, whatever, as your secret, I can buy it all, $20, 20 euros. And then walk around, go through your day, and realize how much you're going to afford with the money that you have in your wallet. You don't actually buy it, you just think it. And then over time, your mind will start changing the way it thinks. The whole thing is about bringing about a solution to your life. Because when your mind is on fight or flight mode, no good will ever come about it, ever. You will end up smoking, drinking, eating, binge watching TV, whatever it is that you do. You calm your mind, could be meditation, could be a game like this $20 game, something, anything. And your mind will become the Google that you need. It will find you a solution to the problem. Basically, you're telling your mind, find me something that I can buy for $20. And then you can increase the game, find me something that I can buy for $50. And then you can tell your mind, find me something that gives me $50 so I can actually afford buying it, or $100, which means a new job or cutting down costs, whatever it is. Guys, I've gone through a lot of shit in my life, I'm telling you, a lot, more than most. Financially, culturally, being shot at in Iran, crazy things, crazy. Bankrupt, 2 times hospital, almost dead, amazing. I'm telling you, power of the mind is the most beautiful thing there is. And I always smile, really. I'm a happy guy, I really am. I'm very grateful to be here. I'm very honored that you're sitting here with me for an hour and a half, despite your very busy social life. You could be sitting in a wonderful gourmet restaurant this very moment, enjoying a delicious meal, or in a fancy bar, a yummy cocktail. This very moment you could, but no, you chose to be here with us talking about mindset. I know that the restaurants and bars are closed. I know, I'm in the same boat, man. I've been here for 8 weeks. 8 weeks. Jeez Louise, man. I totally understand. So it's the power of your mind. It really is. It brings about healing. It brings about the love that you look for. It brings about the work that you want. It brings about anything you want, really. The issue is how to make that baby work. That's the issue. Not easy, I know. Not simple, but easy. Easy, but not simple. You can look at it either way, but it can be achieved. Look at me. It can be achieved, I assure you. I'm a nobody, really. I didn't have any guru parents. I didn't. I had very normal parents. Nobody was into meditation or, hey, do this, do that. No, absolutely not. But I know it works. I guarantee you, I know it works. In health, it does work. I overcame it. In money, it works. I'm better off today than I was as a business owner, pretty big business owner. Much more relaxed today, I really am. And I'm grateful that you're here so I can share it with you, really. All I want is you leading a happier, healthier, more relaxed lifestyle. Really, that's all I want. If one of you leads a better life, I'm a very happy man. Really, I am. So, yes, someone says perception is projection. Very true. Somebody said, what is it? Says there are more ladies in the call than men. That's true. Yeah, I didn't realize that. That's true. Well, it's all female power. What can I say? Women, and it's not because we have more ladies in the call today than the men, are the smarter gender, period. Women are the ones who usually lead the way. It came about with the meditation thing, with the yoga thing, whatever the cool stuff. Women are the first ones jumping on, and then men follow. It's just a reality of it, really. And I'm the very first one admitting it. That's just my own perception too. Yes, women are smarter, more grounded, more, they have the good, I'd be a great husband, somebody says. Oh, no, I'd be a terrible husband, really. Terrible. You would run away from me right away. Why do you think I'm not married? The exercise, 10 things that you like doing, 20 things you like doing. I work, I do a lot of coachings, obviously, otherwise I wouldn't be here talking to you. I lead workshops and one-on-ones, quite many actually. So I sometimes have severely, quote unquote, severely depressed people that don't seem to be able to get anything going. I make them write down 100, 200, 500,000 things they like to do. It's a challenge, I'm telling you. But at some point your mind gets it, and it starts changing the way you think about life per se. That life has to offer a lot of good things, a lot. It's not easy. Life's not easy, I understand. Whoever says life's easy should be shot dead on the spot, if I may say so. It's about overcoming challenges, really. That's what it is. But yet, life has a lot of good things to offer, from food and drinks and socialization and, I don't know, socializing with people and walks and this and that, a lot of things. So all you got to do is tell your mind, look, I know life's not easy. I understand life's all about overcoming challenges, but there's so many good things about it too. So many. So what I want you from Google up here, give them to me. Give them to me. If you wrote down 10 things that make you happy, 20 things that make you happy, 50 things that make you happy, 100 things, do you know how many times I've done it myself all the freaking time? When I was in rehab, when I lost everything, when I rebuilt everything, I write it down all the time. I got books full of my journals, rewiring my mind about reality, whatever reality is, because I don't believe in reality being told by media. That's reality and nonsense. I create it in here. So if you write down 10, 20, 50, 100, 200 things that make you happy, you tell your Google, please find me those things. Find me those things. If you write down travel, well, travel director is an awesome job because your Google found you a job that has you travel, period. I know it sounds funny, but it's the reality of it. If you said, hey, I like people, well, then you're in the right job already. If you said this, then the other, then you know what I mean. Your mind, your Google finds you what it is that you're looking for, really. And you have to step back a little bit and observe, what does life give me that I enjoy? In which, situations am I being put into that I enjoy? And which situation am I being put into that I don't enjoy? Well, then whose responsibility is that? Yours. And if indeed you find yourself in situations that you do not like, that you do not enjoy, who can change that? You, no one else really. And I just showed you a few exercises that can help you change the wiring of your mind and then bring about the environment that you want. Really, any environment that you want makes a difference. Any. Cool. So I don't want to bore the hell out of you either. So let me just quickly recap, what we talked about before you all doze off or cannot wait to finally get to your Aperol Spritz or your Schnapps or your Palinka, your wine, your beer, your this and that and the other. I know. Don't get me wrong. I'm a human being too. And I do like alcohol. I really do. The issue is with my cancer, it impacted my liver. So I have to be careful when I drink alcohol. That's all. It's not that I'm against it at all. I have lived life. Don't get me wrong. But I, like regrettably other people, I got to be a little careful with what I put into my mouth here. A little recap. Change happens all the time. All the time. There's nothing to do about it. Good news is, gold nugget 2, change comes, stays for a while, and then goes away again. Twofold of a gold nugget for you. If you are in a situation that you enjoy, you've just fallen in love, you go for a walk in the forest and you like that, you see a beautiful flower, you're enjoying an ice cream, a gelato, or you're sipping on a gorgeous red wine, enjoy with all your heart, because that situation is here, just came, stays here for a while, and then is gone again. That glass of wine is gone, that ice cream is all eaten up, that walk in the park or forest will come to an end. Enjoy. But then on the downside, if indeed you find yourself in a situation that is not giving you the pleasure that you're looking for, joy, it gives you stress. For example, this pandemic now, know that situation has arrived, it stays for a while, and it will go away again. It will. I guarantee you that. That should help you overcome any challenge in your life. Any. Really. Health, relationship issues, work-related issues, any. Money issues, stress about the future issues, makes a difference. Just know it comes, stays for a while, and will go away again. How cool is that? So we talk these two things, and then the common denominator is you. Absolutely. You're the ones who create the reality that you're in. And again, it's I'm not a messiah or any of that. I'm just giving you my own observations about life. When I'm stressed out about something, why is it that I'm stressed out about something? When I'm afraid of something, why is it that I'm afraid of something? Why? And then I realize it's always me. It's always me. It's not the bloody computer that drives me nuts. It's me reacting to a thing that doesn't work the way I want it. Why? Because I'm under time stress or I'm tired, whatever. It's always me. So when you're totally afraid of the future, when you're now currently stressed out about this pandemic, not having a job coming up, no income, it is you who perceives it that way. I gave you a few tools so that you realize it's really not as bad as you might think it is. And then at some point, the situation will change again. And it's up to you to utilize it the best that you possibly can. Good. So we talked about stress, fear, the power of your mind, about change, and Pantarei, comes and goes again. Nothing ever remains the same. Keep this as a symbol too, or you can choose any symbol reading that you want. This just came to me. I don't even know why, because as a kid, I loved playing with it. I remember in Iran, we used, we had these bouncing all over the place. Invented in 1965, bouncy ball. And then at some point in my life, it became a symbol for, hey, I really don't want to be like one of these buggers. I don't want to be thrown about by something, someone, circumstance, happenstance, God, the universe, outside. I want to be the one who tells this bugger where to go most of the time. And if this was helpful to you, then I'm happy that it was. If it wasn't helpful to you, then I'm sorry that it wasn't. I'm just a messenger. And if there is anything else I can do for you, I'm more than happy to be your humble guide and give you some more advice and help in the weeks and months to come. Let's quickly open for some questions. If there is any questions, I'm happy to stay on and answer. You're most welcome. So if you do have questions, you can unmute yourself or just send me a quick message. You can find me on Facebook. Most of us are connected on Facebook anyway. You can send me WhatsApp if you want to do that. I will send a message to all of you, when it comes to my cell phone. You can find me on WhatsApp, but many of you are I'm connected with anyway. I send it to you now on this here. And when the video goes live, the beginning picture, the end one will have my email address, drq@drqmoyad.com. And then you can always send me an email. I'm more than happy to help you with anything that I can, be it a little bit budgeting, business-wise. Believe it or not, this pretty face ran a business, so I have one or two ideas about numbers too. And yeah, God bless you all. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you. Danke. Merci. Grazie. My Hungarian friends, köszönöm. Namaste. And you might remember from last time, the little thing that we taught our kids here, because you can't, or you couldn't hug and kiss and this and that, the other. We taught them the snail's kiss. So I shall send you all, and I'm muting everyone now. Snail's kiss. Pussy pussy in German and pussy pussy in Hungarian. It was wonderful having you.
Welcome,
thank you for your time. Be good, spread the word, spread the love. And I shall see you in 2 weeks. We might be doing something else. I don't know. We might be doing some storytelling or something that might help you in your time as travel directors. In 2 weeks. Same time, same stations.
Thanks,
and please give it up for Elaine for her help and being here, suffering with us.
Thank
Thank you so much.
Thank
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Baci baci to all.
Snails, kissy, kissy, pussy, pussy. Take care, guys. It was wonderful having you. Namaste. Be good.
You might need to mute Mark Cheney's dog again.
Yes, I shall.